I just tried to order some We the Best slides, and you're all sold out.
Oh, yeah. It's called high demand. It's high demand. We got the team here. We're going to make sure you all get care packages. WeTheBestStore.com. Celebrate success right.
Well, I don't know why
the only way.
I don't know why you're saying the website. If they go on there, it's just going to be sold out.
I mean, you got to give thanks, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when I was coming up as a kid, like even with Pharrell, when he had, you know, when he was wearing Bapes and, you know, certain type of stuff, or if it's a hat and you try to get it, and it's always sold out when you try to get it when it's so on fire. But when you do get a chance to get it, that's the excitement about it. Sometimes you can't get it from a store, you get it from a connect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the sneaker game, you know what I'm saying?
One
like,
you can't have.
Yeah.
Scarcity principle.
So it's just a vibe, you know what I mean? So I'm sure somebody got some slides out there or on eBay or something, you know what I mean? And it's just a vibe, you know?
Yeah, if I imagine myself buying slides on eBay, I don't know if that's good or bad.
I mean, it's
It
high
might be
demand.
a sad moment for me.
We're going to give you that care
No
package.
disrespect to the slides.
No, but...
And I got the care package, so it's all good.
But see, when you get the care package, you save it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, Kanye and Kim just gave me some new Yeezy merch. And I didn't know it was not out yet. So I Snapchatted it, and everybody like, yo, Khaled got the first look of the Yeezy merch. I'm like, damn, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it different. Like, you know, this from Kanye, somebody I look up to, and it's a friend of mine. And then I'm like, you know what? I ain't gonna wear this. I'm gonna keep it in the package he gave me, and it says Jesus, and I'm gonna put it in my sneaker room, because, you know, if you ever seen my sneaker room, it's a movie, and, you know, I'm gonna leave it there, and then I'm gonna wait 5 years or 10 years from now, and that eBay gonna kick in.
I heard you.
It's called rainy day. You always gotta prepare for it.
Wait, can I get an exclusive of some Khaled merchandise?
Of course.
What about like a Khaled candle? Like a Khaled Diptyque collab candle, and it says Fire Blazing.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that.
What would the smell be, though?
I'm thinking like pumpkin pie. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
pretty good.
You know what I mean? You know, like I just like.
It's amazing how you immediately said pumpkin pie and it made sense.
Cinnamon toast crunch, them type of vibes.
Cinnamon toast crunch candle, that's great.
Yeah, because, you know, that's the late night key. But I always think like coming home from a studio or a show or something, even when I'm on the road, you get that late night vibe. We call that major key at night. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, you be vibe. You know how that when you eat the cereal, it's just a vibe.
Yes, sir.
And then, you know, sometimes I be in the studio and it be 5 a.m. I tell the assistant, me get that cinnamon toast crunch with that almond milk, and the records sound different. You know what I mean? Refreshing. You know what I mean? It's for real. You know, it's vibes.
Absolutely.
It's all vibes, man.
100%.
Yeah.
We do things that help raise the level of vibration in the room, raise the frequency. And sometimes one sensation, you know, like your ear is one sense,
right?
But you have no idea how, like, your gustatory sense, what you're tasting, actually will affect what it is that you're listening to or give a fresh perspective. Like, what he's saying is very real.
It's like, you know, when you get a haircut, you should always make your biggest decisions when you have a fresh haircut. You feel good, you know what I'm saying? You know, when I work out, yeah, I'm a fat boy, you know what I'm saying? I'm a sex symbol. But at the same time is when I work out because my lady's stressing me. You know, I work out because I got, you know, 2 Rolls Royce payments I gotta pay at the end of the month. I work out because, you know, I can't wait to get this record out, you know, and then to take the pressure off the chest. And to feel good. You know, when you take a shower after you work out, you feel good after you run on the elliptical for an hour. You know what I mean? It's just a vibe. Now, if I lose weight off of it, give thanks. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to give thanks. But at the same time, is
motivation.
Motivation is like, when I was young, ain't nobody told me to run on the treadmill. Ain't nobody told me to drink a gallon of water a day. You know what I'm saying? Now they tell me. So I felt like they hid the keys from me. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they didn't want me to win. You know what I'm saying?
How long have you been working out for? Where you been on this?
I've been working out strong for 2 years. I try to work out 3 days or 4 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. But, you know, working out is one thing and eating is the other thing. So I'm like 275 now. I used to be 300 pounds.
Wow.
But last year around this time I was like 250 because I was really going. So I'm getting back in that zone. But it's about eating good too. And I eat good, but you know how you'll be on the road, and like I haven't ate all day today because we've been running around. We met with the guy that refused $3 billion, Snapchat owner. You know, I had to meet him face to face, look in his eyes, and say, I gotta respect you, for you to refuse 3 Billy. I don't know how you sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Like my nerves is bad. So I'm like, you must know something that we all don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you have to meet
What did
these
he say?
creative. He looked at me and laughed, and the guy, he ain't got no
Young guy.
Rolex on or nothing, and I love that. You know what I'm saying? And he just laughing. You can tell he's humble, but at the same time, as it's important for you to meet a genius like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's inspiring for somebody to tell me they refuse $3 billion.
There's not a lot of people who can say that they've said no to $3 billion.
That's serious.
I'm not sure I'll ever be that person.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I told him.
If they say $3 billion, the answer is yes.
And
With
there
that
I
word
am trying
Billy,
to get Khaled
yes.
slides that are sold out. That's the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it was like something maybe you and Rick Ross together were like motivated to lose weight, because what he did is pretty incredible. Like,
Absolutely. What happened was, at the time when I started working out and I started eating like the 5-day meal plans, last year around this time, we was working on Ross's album, and so every time Ross see me, he seen me really taking the meal plan serious and going on the gym. And you would see me if it was on Instagram at that time, and I was always in the gym. So my friends realizing Khaled really taking it serious, and they start seeing some of the weight come off. And I remember being in the studio one time. Khaled, you really? Because I was eating my little meal plan in the studio. He's like, you really on this? I said, yeah, I'm on this. And he could see the weight come off. He started the meal plans, but then he just got into working out. You know what I'm saying? And he got into RossFit. And then, when he got into the RossFit, he just was addicted, and he took it to a whole nother level. And now at his house, he got like the full like RossFit. The man got a gym. Man got a lot of money, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And he working out, and we used to go to his house and work out with him. So we inspire each other. Absolutely. It's definitely inspiration.
do you work out?
I started, I do work out a little bit. I started boxing, which is really fun, because that feels like you're getting good at something. It doesn't feel like you're just doing sit-ups or something. And I'm able to stick with that a little more.
You were working out a lot when you were going on the road, though, right?
Pharrell, one of them like Quincy Jones type. Like Pharrell, he's that special DNA. Like he can be 100 years old, he's still gonna look like Pharrell today. He's one of them special icons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but
No. Wait, you saw the thing on the internet where they took different photos of you from different eras, and you had to try to put them in order. I couldn't get it right.
yeah, it was awkward.
What do you mean
Is
it's
that real?
awkward? It's great. You feel
my,
lucky.
my key is cocoa butter. I think it keeps me young, puts a glow on me.
You're awesome, bro.
I'm just being honest. This is how.
How do you know it's the cocoa butter, not the cinnamon toast crunch, though?
The cinnamon toast crunch is that's the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cocoa butter's the glow.
For
You know what
some
I'm saying?
reason, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
If they put you on the box, I bet sales would just spike through the roof.
Of course it would.
I would love to have a Khaled box.
It'd
of
be the
cereal.
smartest thing they ever did. Whoever thought of that and do it is
Can
a
we
genius.
just start that campaign now? Can
course.
everyone just tweet?
Everybody tweet Cinnamon Toast Crunch, DJ Khaled on the cover. You know what I'm saying?
We should totally take this time to do that.
You see how much
and
we
then,
love
and then
when
you
we-
know I'll direct the
we-
commercial. The commercial is just you just explaining how it creates the vibe. It's about creating a vibe.
Celebrate success right.
It's about a vibe.
No, really,
The
but when
best
you wake up in
marketing
the
meeting.
morning,
Yeah.
get yourself a bowl, because that's the major key.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
I'm with you.
And not even just that, not just the morning, but the night vibe. You know what I'm saying? We all get late night snacks. We all do. If it's a granola bar, healthy, or whatever you call it. But that cinnamon toast crunch, because
Fire.
yeah, and when you come in the crib and you don't want to make too much noise, it's one of them vibes, and that everybody got their special bowl. I got a real big bowl, like a Pooh Bear.
I don't know if everyone has their special bowl, but okay.
Yeah, we all
You
do.
have
We
you
all
have your
do.
special bowl.
Listen, we all do in some which way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like a lot of pillows. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have a lot of pillows. You know what I'm saying? If I'm on the road or I'm at the crib, I need like 7 pillows.
So where do the 7 pillows go? You got 4 in the two on each side.
2
and
on
then-
each side. You got a whole
So
one
that's
boom
4.
side, back. But that is that way.
Where's the other 3?
The leg the ankle might lay rest for a second.
So those are just they shift
and
positions.
if you have a
depending on
soulmate,
the
a
sleep.
soulmate that sleeps with you, it's a battle. No matter,
Over 7?
trust me, you'd be surprised. It's a whole nother vibe in my crib. Trust me.
Sometimes you just got to know that there's extra ones there in case you need it.
It's a vibe.
Where did you grew up in South
I
Carolina?
grew up in South Carolina, yes.
Like, I've been watching your show. I'm on like episode 8, and
Congrats, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Thank you.
And I love like the subtleties in it, like the nuance, like even the music is really great. And I don't know if you know, but I'm a music supervisor. I do like Entourage and Ballers and
No, we took the music supervision I work really closely with our music supervisor and
Ballers, they doing it in Miami right now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get you a cameo.
Yeah.
They're filming right now.
Important for ratings.
Major.
Yeah, they'll just pass you eating a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever.
What really impresses me is like how urban your taste is, and knowing that you're from South Carolina, like the music that you're putting on there is really soulful. And I'm just wondering, like, where did that come from? Like
South Carolina.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I think about this sometimes. Like when I was a kid, like in South Carolina, I grew up in a small town called Bennettsville. There's like 8,000 people there. But those kids, everyone, we all had this. I mean, this was like when MTV was like at its peak. But we all had like The Chronic, Doggy Style. It's pretty insane. Like that was how big those records were. Like,
You're putting
I was like
Mark Morrison records on.
Oh well, I mean, who hasn't heard Return of the Mac? Like they don't like not play Mark Morrison in South Carolina.
I don't know. It just felt like that's more of a club record in New York or Miami or LA.
You know, the South. You know, what I'm saying? I'm from the South, but you know, I mean, well, I can speak for Miami, but you know, we the South. But what I love about Miami is that musically, we find a way to get everything, but we represent the South absolutely.
Yes.
But we still find a way to hear the East Coast from New York to West Coast to the Midwest, whatever. Somehow it comes, you know what I'm saying? Because Miami's like real cultural, you know what I mean?
But there wasn't the internet then, you know? It's like,
Yeah, and now you can see it anywhere. But, you know, I know Pharrell would tell you, he records there a lot. I like making music in Miami. I just feel like because nobody can block my ear. Like, I just know I can turn the radio on, I can hear everything. You know what I'm saying? As well as the crib home team. You know what I'm saying? I can hear it from reggae to Spanish to West Coast to whatever. I feel like I can catch all type of vibes if I want without going on the internet.
Right.
You know, I can go eat at a Cuban restaurant. You know what I'm saying? I can be walking down the street, you know what I'm saying, and the dread is cutting sugar cane. Or I can go in the streets in Overtown and really get that Miami-Dade County sound.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I wish on your Snapchat you would actually either say or Chiron what songs you're listening to, because a lot of times when you're working out you're listening to really cool dance hall music that I wish I knew, and it's too hard. You can't Shazam and Snap at the same time.
When I was a real young kid, you know what I'm saying, I grew up, you know what I'm saying, in hanging around a bunch of great rosters, and I used to carry record crates for the sound men, you know what I'm saying, that would have, you know, sound systems, and you know, when I started DJing, I ended up, you know, being the DJ that would play in a reggae set, but the hip hop set. But I would get dub plates from Bounty Killer and Sizzler and Buju Banton and, you know what I'm saying, all these great artists, and I would put them over hip hop beats. And this is like 20 years ago. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Part of my story and my career and my successes comes from dancehall. You know what I'm saying? From Sound Clashing and Fully Loaded, with some of the greatest ever to do it. You know what I'm saying? When Wyclef came on stage and played a Michael Jackson dub. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that was one of my biggest nights to me and for the people in Jamaica. You know, I tore that place apart. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm a sound boy and still am. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I always listen to conscious music, and I feel like the music like from Buju and the Messages, you know what I'm saying, like Till Shiloh album is one of my favorite albums. You know what I'm saying? He has a record on there saying, you know, I had a close one yesterday. Ja put an angel over me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really can relate to that. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think really happened to Buju?
Buju, well, right now, you know, he's on a vacation. You know what I'm saying? It's my family. Like, he's my brother. He's a great guy. I don't believe what they charged him for. Yeah, that's not him. And if it is him, you know what I'm saying? You know, I feel like they holding him too long. But I know for a fact it's not him. I know what type of person he is. He's a great family man. He's an icon.
For sure.
You know, to me, he's our Bob Marley of our generation. You know, nobody can ever be Bob Marley. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, you know, the younger generation in my age group, you know, I listen to his music like Bob Marley. You know what I'm saying? And Buju's one of the greatest that ever did it. And I'm sure he'll be home real soon. You know, I'm cool with his kids and stay in touch with his kids, and I listen to him every day.
Yeah.
His music guides me through the day.
It's crazy. It's good to have you guys on the show. I mean, I think the last time I saw you was like you had that show in Miami. Which you ripped it.
No, I saw you at we saw like the Dark Knight Rises together.
Yeah,
remember that?
Which was amazing.
That was cool.
But I mean, like, you know, around you,
Yeah.
you know, like quality time. You're there's no one like you.
Oh, thank you very much. Same to you.
You know how there's just different archetypes out there in the world? Like there's, okay, you're this type or you're that type. There's really just one you.
Oh, thank you very much.
So that's, I don't know, it's cool. It was
Special
good.
cloth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was the first time
rare.
you actually can remember that you were listening to Pharrell's music?
Weird,
growing up.
Awkward, weird.
Noriega?
Yeah.
Nori.
That was one of the early ones, right?
Yeah.
That must have been a big song in Miami.
Oh, big everywhere. That, you know, at that time, you know what I'm saying? You know,
Shout out to Noriega.
Yes.
How did just like what? How did that happen? Did he just come in one day? He's like, hey, I have an idea. Can we just start rolling? I just got an idea.
What? Like this
As
is
soon
great.
as soon as he got in the booth, you know, he had already had his verses. As soon as Nori got in the booth, he just started saying what like that.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, wow.
That's crazy.
I hope that's not just an ad lib. So I'm just like, oh man, we just need to keep that going. But that was his idea, to keep that going.
And
He's a character.
That record is
Thank you.
the club up, boy.
Rob Walker called us from New York. We were in Virginia, you know, just working. He was like, listen, they are throwing chairs to the song in clubs. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, they are throwing chairs. And we were just like, wow.
It's
One
one
of
of
my
the like
favorite
it's got such an amazing energy of like it's an amazing energy to it.
Crazy. Thank you. Let's change the subject.
How did you guys meet?
Well, Pharrell earlier said I met him first time in front of Privé.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember the first day.
You were
but
with Dre.
I don't remember that day because he probably was coming to the club, you know, to catch a vibe. But I do, you know, I always, before I probably met him, you know, me in the grind of hip hop, I'd always try to be around people I'm inspired by, and I've been to shows or people in the studio, and I'll be the kid in the background that you don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when time goes, me and Pharrell end up building a relationship in so many different ways. You know what I'm saying? From music side to talking. I'll never forget the conversation Pharrell told me. He called me and gave me props on the record I put together called Hold You Down with Chris Brown, August, Future, and Jeremiah. And when I made that record, I remember going to the studio. I was like, yo, I want to, you know, do what Quincy Jones would have did with like Secret Garden or something, and put all these amazing singers. And I made everybody sing certain parts, and I later go piece to, you know, mute this and have this ad lib come here and just make a movie. You know what I mean? And he called me and he recognized just the passion of the song, and it was a #1 record. He called me before it went #1. So, you know what I mean? It was a #1 record in the country, and when Pharrell called me, you know, it meant a lot to me because, you know, it's somebody I look up to as a producer and as an artist and as a mogul. So, you know what I mean? I knew I was on the right path.
You've been on the right path.
Yeah, but, you know, at the end of the day is, you know, that was my first R&B record that I put together, and I've been wanting to do it, but I knew when it was time to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because, and then, you know, when you get out Pharrell calling you and then other people start calling and realizing, man, this is really amazing. You know, besides all the great other records we put together, but I felt like that was an important call for me. Thank you.
Oh, no, man. Thank you. You continue to do it.
Thanks, bro.
I'll never forget when Win came out, too.
Oh, man.
I was like, wow.
Yeah,
He's
Win
blazing.
Win, to this day, it's like, it's my first song to come out on stage and my last song, and in the middle, and perform it again and
You know what?
perform it again.
This is what I would say. For me, I like for people to walk away from what we're doing, not only like musically educated and informed, but I also like for them to walk away and feel something like physically, like
Life lessons.
Yeah.
You know, I try to tell people some of my events in my life. Like, I always remember the day, you know, I won't say his name because I got love for him, but I'll never forget that, you know, I actually had a person come to me in my face and say, Khaled, you will never, ever have your own night show and mix show. You'll never have it. And they run the situation at that place.
Right.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow. You know, I never heard of this type of language. Like, this is like trying to finish me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's my dream. How you gonna tell me that? So not only did he make sure I have a night show, I ended up having a night show, mix show for 15 years, #1 show in South Florida from the same person. You see what I'm saying? And I love him the same way. I'm not mad at him in no way. But I'm just saying, I was told I could not have that. You know what I'm saying? I also was told that I'd be local for the rest of my career, like from people, you know what I'm saying? Internationally known. You know what I'm saying? I made sure that. And that motivation is that I try to promote to the young world is, don't let nobody pull you down and think you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? If it's making a record or trying to pull something off, it doesn't even have to be music. You know what I'm saying? I think that nobody's telling them, yo, all you got to do is work hard. All you got to do is stay focused. All you got to do is stay away from these certain keys that I feel like they're not being told. And all you got to do is say it the way we saying it, like from an interview from us right now. When you hear this and all these millions of people are hearing it, they're going to relate to it. Steve Jobs was young. Oprah was young. Pharrell was young. You know what I'm saying? Before he became Pharrell with the lights. You know what I'm saying? When Pharrell, took over the game for so many years and put out so many records, there was a time where Pharrell, and I don't mean this in no disrespect way, he was chilling. I'm not saying chilling. I don't know what he's doing, but it wasn't like it was before. And then guess what he did? He made everybody happy. Just know, it's called Don't Ever Play Yourself. Don't ever count out an icon. And it got even bigger.
Yeah.
Let's keep it honest. You know what I'm saying? And that's inspiration. All you got to do is look at somebody. I remember KRS-One said something in a speech. He said, if you look into anybody that you look up to that's successful, that you like, whatever, and you study their story, I guarantee you wouldn't want to, go through that. Meaning as in, it's not always a happy moment right now with water and these amazing headphones and these mics and we chilling, we laughing with dude and you know what I'm saying? Pharrell might went through a serious situation in his life on the way over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know these things. Like, I've been through so much stuff I can't even talk about. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? We so blessed because we got life. And if we got life, we could do anything we want to do. And there's another thing too. If there is a problem, guess what? We can overcome it. We're breathing.
Yep.
There's no excuses. Let's win more. Let's win, man. Like, let's do it, man. Like, I'm just being honest, man. Like, I ain't stopping. I'm just getting started. I'm about to come with some. All right.
Can we talk about what some of the plans are?
Well,
without really saying what they are, if you want
to
keep some of it.
I'm cooking. I'm up to something serious. I ain't playing with them. Expect another one. You know what I'm saying?
I saw you with the Lonely Island guys. What's going on with that?
We shot a movie and it's a lot of great people in it, and I got an opportunity to be in it, and they loved it, and they said I'm gonna be in the promo too. So you know what I'm saying? So things is happening. You know what I'm saying? It's hard work, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm inspired right now. So expect me to turn up even more because my inspiration level is on so high right now. You know what I mean? And I pray a lot. You know what I'm saying? I pray like a lot. Like I pray a lot.
I was actually at your hotel. I won't say which one, but I was at the hotel and I was waiting to sit in the diner, and the gym was right there. And all of a sudden, I see all these kids crowding around. They can't get in the actual door where the gym is. They can only look through the window and who's in the gym. And all these kids are crowding around. I'm like, what's going on over here? Yeah. And they were all surrounded trying to get to their Snapchat to see him with the view. It was pretty hilarious. You're like Michael Jackson right now.
Listen, first of all, I love Michael Jackson. I'm going to be real with you. Like I was telling Pharrell outside, it's another type of amazing energy. You know what I'm saying? DJ Khaled always been great. You know what I'm saying? They always wanted the picture. They always wanted the signature, and I'm grateful, and I love it, meaning as in thank you for liking the art and the vibe and my personality. But now it's like the positive and the amazing greatness and goodness is being spread worldwide, and it got loose. It's like fan love is on another level. And I'm on the exercise machine. They jumping on the machine. Khaled, don't give up. You know what I'm saying?
It's like Rocky.
Yeah, so it's beautiful, but it's a good thing they being inspired. You know what I'm saying? Because the way I came in the game, I was inspired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm inspired by Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? And all these other great moguls from Quincy Jones, they might look at me like a Quincy Jones or a Jay-Z as a mogul, but not just that. I just keep it raw and real with them. You know, besides the music, you know what I mean? I just let them know my story, and it's inspiring to them. You know what I'm saying? And the kids, man, they beautiful, man. They beautiful, man. They inspire me so much that they making me step my game up.
Right.
You know, and that's why they always say, like, listen to the young world. They know. You know what I'm saying? Even musically, you got to, what you like, you know what I'm saying? You know, because, you know, we so much in the studio, sometimes we got to hear what the young world, what kind of hat he wearing. You know, why you like them shoes? You know, why you like this song? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I love it because they all around me right now. So I'm like, I feel like they giving me the keys to more success. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, when I say the pathway, the journey of more success, I might describe it like the plant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got plants. I love watering my plants. I'm not lying. I'm not acting. I love watering my plants because it relieves stress for me. And I love watching it grow. You know what I'm saying? I love the purple and the white. The whites is my angels. You know what I'm saying? I got them around the cribs. It's the protector. The lion is the king of the jungle. You know what I mean? I'm the lion. You know what I mean? You know, you got to make it through the jungle. You know what I'm saying? To make it through any success, any paradise. You know, you got to go through the trees before you see the blue water. Even the blue water got sharks. You know what I'm saying? But there's fruit on the tree. That's paradise. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people think it's just a movie. It's real life, man.
Was it the jet ski adventure that set this whole thing off?
I mean, the jet ski adventure was real, but it definitely was a spark. But I think what set it off was just people seeing me outside of my music, you know, and got to know me. That's what I was saying. They got to know me. Like, man, Khaled really a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if you don't know me, you just know DJ Khaled for being on records and in the video and chains and, you know, so you might just know me for that. Meanwhile, I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? I like cocoa butter and I like roses and I like, you know, a lion. You know what I'm saying? I love to go jet skiing. I get pulled over just like you. It's a roadblock. You overcome it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
I mean, to tie it into Aziz being here, I think there's something about comedy as well that, to me, the comedians that I like the best are the ones that keep it the most personal, and it's less of a distraction of, like, you know, maybe hacky material that they are constantly trying to tell jokes every, like a punchline here, punchline here, punchline here.
I think when people
and it's the stories.
Smile and laugh at anything I do, I think it's joy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a comedian. I be super serious, and if you know, you might laugh about it. I take that as a compliment. That means I made you smile. I brought joy to your life for that second, that moment. And I'm trying to find people like that around me all day. Please bring them to me because it's hard to find. You know, I don't want to be around black clouds and, you know, somebody counting your money or negative and wanting you to fail and lose. I don't need that around me. I need people around me that's going to make me smile, laugh, and make me have joy so I can hopefully give them joy too. You know what I mean? That's music too. That's why you hear a different type of music. I'm sure when he made Happy, he was happy. You know what I'm saying? And there's records that we make that's dark, and we was dark. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the truth. And by the way, Happy is what? One of the biggest records? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just shows you the power of joy. Love always wins.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say this about, you were talking about people getting to know you. I remember when I heard those old McDonald's commercials you did, and I thought those were so great, and I emailed them around, like the Lonely Island guys and stuff, and now I think there's just more of that out there of you, because you're very entertaining.
Yeah, at that time, you know, I was doing radio.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, my program director would bring scripts of, you know, reads, you know, sponsored by McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, it's boring the way that goes.
Yes. You guys have heard these, right?
So, no, I don't even want to bring it back.
Oh, my God.
Crazy.
We'll have to play them.
But
it's incredible.
It's whatever.
No, it's incredible. It's great.
I would really talk about how much I love the McDonald's. Like, I would explain it in so detail.
He has a video on the internet of him being at McDonald's singing a whole song too, right?
Oh no!
At the airport?
I was delirious. I was very tired. It was like one of those crazy layovers.
Yeah.
And it was in Paris, and we got there, and I was like, man, listen, I'm this flight's gonna take off really soon. Can you guys please open up? Like, the Egg McMuffin. Mm-hmm. They were like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, please. And I was so tired, and I realized they said no already. So I just went dancing around their lobby, and then somebody decided to put that up.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. It's good.
It's a moment.
That's
Yeah,
great.
when I'm on the radio, I'm like, man, I gotta say this different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, that's the McDonald's thing. Is like it's your personality.
Yeah. That's like a 15-year-old too.
Oh God,
at
it's
least
so good.
10.
So that was like when you were just a DJ in Miami.
I can't just say I was just a DJ in Miami because I always consider myself a DJ everywhere, but probably at that time not
You were
the
doing
DJ
the radio a
Khaled
lot.
you know right now.
You were
know what I'm
mainly
saying?
doing the radio show.
Yeah,
and-
definitely. Yeah, mainly doing radio and doing like the local clubs and trying to get it going big.
But
I
most certainly
gotta
popping.
ask you. So
Yeah, definitely.
how do I kind of transition from my career into kind of doing, maybe at least dabbling? Like I can't sing. I don't have like a voice like Jamie Foxx, but I think I can like do drops maybe. How do I transition into doing that?
First of all, you're a funny guy, and you're a natural. You know what I'm saying? That's important. I think you to take it to the next level, you know what I'm saying? Once you start doing some commercials, like, even if it's radio reads and I think with you visually, you know what I'm saying? You just, like Pharrell said, one of a kind, like, you know what I'm saying? Not no disrespect, you're a small little dude, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a special breed. You know what I'm saying? People need to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As well as hear it, but see it. You know what I'm saying? And if you waiting on somebody, that's where you're messing up at. You know what I'm saying?
I just need to start taking. No, you're right. I
That's
just
a great
need to
gym.
take.
That's
Yeah.
a great gym.
Yeah,
No,
no,
that's a
If
great
you're waiting
idea.
on somebody, that's
Yeah.
where you're messing up.
And if you
I need to just
because they're
take
not gonna
existing
thank you and all that.
songs. I gotta
You-
take existing songs and just start saying stuff. I just gotta figure out what those
Yeah, you-
phrases are.
yeah, whatever you love doing that, you're winning. And
What if I just say it's time?
It's whatever.
So like I can take that new Kanye
Put it
song and be
straight.
like, "Ooh, it's time."
you on a
the
radio
song
show with
starts.
Pharrell right now. Like,
And then when it's over, I just go, "It's over," and those are my drops. And then like, what song can't use those two drops?
Or you can-
It's time, and then at the end, it's over.
Like-
Like the song finishes, it fades out, then I just come on and go, "It's over."
maybe I can put you in my video game or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wait, how did I go from doing drops on the song and now I'm doing voiceover on the video
oh,
game?
let me tell you something. Kim Kardashian, she said she made tons of money
Oh, that's true.
on the video
What's
game.
the video game?
Well, I'm working on something special. Something special. It's gonna be groundbreaking.
I mean, I believe it. God, that sounded so much cooler than if I started to say
It's time.
it's
Trust me.
groundbreaking. Can that be my drop?
I'm trying to put you on game. You already hurting the money. I'm trying to help you out, bro. Like,
Groundbreaking. I'm in for the
It's gonna
video
be
game.
groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking.
you feel me?
God, your voice, it's so good. It's such an amazing
But
skill.
it's
groundbreaking.
But it's another thing too. It's not just the voice. It's the intention.
It's so genuine.
It's
groundbreaking.
It's unmistakable intention. Like you could feel.
Yeah.
He's dead ass.
You
The
felt
conviction is everything.
You felt he really believes it's groundbreaking and it's gonna be groundbreaking. There's no way it's gonna be a run
What
of
is
the
the
mill
name of the game, by the way?
I can't say it yet because I want to present it right. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All right.
And it's gonna be a fun game. Everybody gonna love it.
The thing is everybody's looking for it right now.
It's over.
It's happening right now. This is awesome.
This is the best interview because I haven't had to say anything.
And what do you?
I feel bad every time I talk because I just want to hear Khaled more. I almost just want to be edited out and just have a pure Khaled version.
Let me tell you something. This right here is an opportunity, and I'm grateful for it. And this mic is powerful, man. Look what show we on. It's powerful. They all listening.
Yeah.
And they watching too. I ain't crazy.
What are you excited about, Aziz?
What am I excited about?
Yeah.
I just kind of.
Aside from your like banging show.
Oh, thanks. I'm in that zone, like, when you just like finish a big project and you kind of just need some life to happen to you to have something to write about. I'm
Yeah.
kind of in that zone.
Okay.
And so I'm just kind of having life happen to me and just getting excited to replenish that well and make more stuff.
Is Netflix cool to like let you take a certain amount of time to come with the next season?
Yeah, we're figuring it out. We'll figure it out. I mean, they're very creator friendly, and we'll figure it out. They're great to work with. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I love everything that they're doing there. Did you see Making a Murderer?
That's all I did New Year's Day. I watched all 10 episodes of that.
And how do you feel about it?
I mean, it's a pretty crazy story. I mean, it's so interesting also just to like learn about the court system. I read a lot of articles.
It was
and
frustrating for me.
Well, you know, there was a New York Times article I read a few months ago. Did you guys read this article about this guy? Like, he was in Brooklyn, black guy. He gets stopped, and he just bought like a Coke at the convenience store, and they gave him the Coke and the straw in the bag. And then these cops come up to him and they're like, "We were going to search you for like drug stuff," and he's like, "All right, fine, I don't have anything." And then they're like, "All right, you're coming with us." And he's like, "What's up?" And they're like, "Oh, well, the straw can be used to like bag up heroin or something." And he's like, "What? You're like taking me in for the straw?" And he goes in, and then like he's in the court system, and they're like, "All right, the person's like, just take the plea deal and just say you have this paraphernalia, and you'll do 30 days and you'll be done." And he's like, "What? No, it's just a straw." And so he doesn't take the plea deal, but then he like goes to Rikers, and he gets beat up. He's waiting for them to like trust the straw and like see him again. And it's just when you read about like plea deals and all that stuff, and just like kind of how the court system works, it's very insane. Whoa. And it's so stacked against poor people. Like, that guy couldn't make his bail. That's why he had to go to Rikers. He couldn't pay like a few $100s to like get out.
Wow.
And just like when you read about bails and police system and all that stuff, this is a dark turn of the conversation.
No, it's true though. But, I mean,
this is much more fun when he was saying groundbreaking. This is a dark turn. Anyway, plea deals, bail. So, that guy got beat up at Rikers. I'll see you guys later. But yeah,
that's tough, man.
But Making a Murderer made me think of that stuff, and just like how.
You think he did it?
I don't know. I feel weird even like talking about like whether he did it or not. I do think like there's clearly some very corrupt stuff going on over there.
Yeah.
You can definitely be certain there was some very corrupt stuff going on.
And some
There's
corrupt
weird
hairdos
stuff.
too.
That's true.
There's a lot of corrupt hair.
Yeah. Did you see Making a Murderer, Khaled? Did you watch that?
No, I didn't see it.
That would anger you.
I'm
not sure that your
right
constitution could deal with that.
It's a
I mean, with the
documentary.
stories that we know, the things that we hear, like you see this happening to this dude.
Yeah.
You're just like, whoa. But that happens to, minorities all the time.
There's a version of that. There's so many
There's
so many versions of that you haven't heard. That's the thing. It's
that's
like
what's scary.
That's what's scary. That's what's scary about seeing all those videos and things. It's like you're like, oh, how many times has there not been a camera? I don't know why people that don't think this stuff is a problem don't have that thought of like, wow, well, how many times is there not a camera? How many times has there not been a new, like, how many times has there been a Tamir Rice where we just didn't hear about it at all? And the answer is like, if you start looking on the internet, it's so many times. So many.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. But that's why we gotta be positive.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But it's real though. People like it's real life, you know what I'm saying? But the key is we got life, my brother. And I couldn't speak on a jail situation, but you know what I mean, even the brothers and sisters that's in jail, you know what I mean, they got life, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully they have hope to come out one day, you know what I'm saying, and overcome all that stress,
It's tough.
You want to say something positive before you leave?
Oh man, it's been dark. Khaled's been all hope and I've been despair.
It's awesome.
When you were coming in, actually, I asked Chelsea Peretti what question I should ask you.
Oh God, I'm sure this is gonna be something making fun of me. But what did she say?
She said,
"Love Chelsea."
She said, if he thinks he would ever get to a place spiritually where he would wear as much jewelry as Pharrell, and and also ask him if he regrets unfollowing everyone on Twitter, specifically me.
I did. I unfollowed everyone off Twitter, unfollowed everyone off Instagram, took Instagram off my phone, took Twitter off my phone. I took the internet off my phone and had like someone else put in a password that I wouldn't know to take it all off. And you know what? I don't miss it, and I feel like I think about stuff more. And I get more shit done.
And what is
so do you ever have that battle, Khaled? I feel like you would have some. I feel like I get distracted by the internet a lot.
I mean, I'm definitely,
and I don't
definitely on this all day. You know what I'm saying? I can't
lie.
But
you kind of like have like fused that with your work in a way, in a great way, where like, oh, this is like really.
Sometimes it keeps you in tune of what's going on out there, but there's definitely times that you want to just turn it all off, and you know what I'm saying?
That's what's hard is like I couldn't like do the thing where I just, like you said, just kind of knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
I couldn't find that middle ground because I would just get so hooked on it. I would just constantly just check it.
Yeah, I think we all do. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely need a time to turn it off. You know what I'm saying?
You ever, you know, Christopher Nolan, the director, he doesn't even have an email address. He has no cell phone, no email address.
But he probably
He's on
has an
something
assistant standing next to him with all
Yeah, but all the money you spent like on your phone and all that stuff, you could get someone to kind of handle everything for you. I mean, right? You could have some dude just come over at the end of the day and be like, all right, so-and-so wanted to know this. And you'd be like, oh, tell him that. And then you're like, all right, I'm done. I wasn't on my phone all day. Like what you realize, like when I took everyone off Twitter, Instagram, and everything, is like, oh, like I wasn't behind on anything. I was up to date on everything.
What were you reading? Were you reading?
I read like the newspaper. I read like New York Times or something online.
But you would
I would know that for the news. I'd be up to date on the news and things
Yeah.
like that. I'm staying in a hotel now, and they give me a New York Times in the morning, and I actually read it.
Yeah, no, I like reading.
I like reading I don't like reading stuff off my phone. I like reading like real books and real things. I don't know, for some reason when I look on the screen for a long time, it hurts my eyes. I get like a headache.
Oh yeah.
Anything you're reading right now?
What am I reading now? I read this book. Did you read this book called How Music Got Free or something like that? It's basically about like how these guys in these CD plants in North Carolina, they were the ones like that were like leaking these crazy huge records like Eminem records and stuff, and like losing these record companies like millions of dollars. It's pretty crazy. Like the way they would sneak the CDs out of the plant was
It was a whole town, right?
It was this little town in North Carolina, and these guys were sneaking the CDs out. You know, they would get wanded when they were leaving the plant because it was a big deal that these records were leaking, and they knew it was this plant. Somehow it was this plant is where this stuff was coming from. And they would they know when the wand got to the belt buckle, they'd be like, oh, that's your belt. That's why it's beeping. So they've had this kind of weird belt buckle where you could put a CD behind it, and they were taking them out, and then they would just like be like, oh, we have this record, like the new Eminem record or whatever.
Wow.
It's a pretty crazy story, but it's nuts because like, you know, it was these you know, these kind of goofball guys in this plant who were just doing these leaks, and then they just like use the money to buy like 4-wheelers and stuff like that. And meanwhile, like these record companies are just like closing down slowly.
Not even the artists tripping. You know what I'm saying? We don't want we want our presentation to be right. You know?
Of course, yeah. No, I mean that must be the most crazy thing. Like, you know,
it's a lot better now, though.
Yeah.
It's a lot better now.
Just like the security is increased.
I don't know why it's a lot better, but it's a lot better now. The leaks is just a lot better now.
Yeah, you don't even hear about it.
Well, because there's that direct distribution now where only a handful of people actually have the material also.
Yeah, I mean, you know, usually they leak now like a few days before it goes to the store because it makes it to the back of the store. And, you know, you're cool with that, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, it's coming out in 2 days, you know what I'm saying? But it's a lot better. It used to be 2 weeks to leak. Now it's like 3 days. Yeah. And sometimes it's not even leaked. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And even in the studios, you know, it's just been a lot better.
Much better.
Yeah, way
Doesn't
better.
feel the same way.
Yeah.
That used to be a real fear.
Oh, big problem.
Like 10 years ago, that was the worst thing.
Man, I never forget. I made a record with Nas, and they leaked it. I was like, can't be serious, right? Like I was like, not talking about like losing my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there's a certain way I want to present it. You know what I mean? And it's just, but it is what it is, you know? Yeah,
when we were working on the show, I remember we'd have like edits, like early versions of the show that would get passed around and things like that for us to kind of give notes. And I remember thinking one time, I was like, man, this would be crazy if this got leaked. I would be so upset just creatively. And I was like, this is what happens to musicians all the time.
All the time.
Be the worst.
Well, again, Quentin, the Hateful Eight got leaked. He had to rewrite most of it.
That's crazy. Well, it's stunning that stuff like that doesn't happen more often. I'm really surprised. Like scripts get emailed around all the time. Like I don't know how it doesn't. I mean, you know, with those videos and stuff, there's like
integrity. Is because most kids don't like to read.
That's true.
That's 120 pages they have to
fan
through.
Yeah, probably not a lot of people had the patience to read the whole thing.
All right, well, you got to go.
Yeah, I gotta go, but thank you guys so much for having me. What a pleasure. It was great to be on the show.
Oh, man,
thank you so much.
You,
yeah, good to see you. Thanks for having me.
It's great right here.
Oh, man.
Khaled, pleasure. It's over.
All right, take care, guys. Love.
No, I appreciate you, bro.
When you head back to?
I actually leave Friday. About to do Jimmy Kimmel. Me and Future gonna do Jimmy Kimmel. We're gonna do some We're gonna tear that place apart.
That's fun.
And then I go back to Miami for a few days, and then I come back over here, and then I go to Toronto for All Star. I'm doing Super Bowl 2. Then I gotta do some shows in Vegas.
How hard is it for you to go around city to city and take advantage of all this when you don't fly?
I like the time I have on the tour bus because that's the time where I can, like he said, he wanted to turn social media off. That's my time to chill. And I actually come up with some of the greatest ideas on my bus because, the window and
that ride.
Yeah, it's a vibe. It's peaceful.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? This year I'm trying to overcome my fear of flying. I'm working on it. I'm meditating. And
have you never flown before?
No, I've flown. But it's been about 7-8 years, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
About 8 years. 8 years.
And it was just too much?
Yeah, but
what happened? I mean, you were just on a flight one day.
I just don't understand, like when you take off, and then when you're in, shaking, and then it gets to a certain point, and the pilot goes, "Hey, it's gonna be bad weather and shaking through the whole flight," and you didn't tell me that when I was at the gate. I would never came on the plane.
Right.
Like, I don't want to put myself through any type of situation to harm myself or even make my nerves bad because I can harm myself too. You know what I'm saying? I have panic attacks. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I start getting anxiety and just feel crazy. You know what I mean? It's shaking and I can't get out. You know what I'm saying? I feel claustrophobic and it's a lot. And the reason why I stopped because at that time is when We Taking Over came out, and that's when my success started happening. And they started throwing me everywhere. Yo, come here, do this radio station, do this show. It's like 2 flights, 3 flights a day sometimes. I was like, nah, y'all trying to hurt me. So, you know what I'm saying? So I said, I got a tour bus, and I haven't flown since.
Have you ever tried hypnotherapy?
Nah, I can't let nobody disrespect me like that. That's like somebody going, that's you don't play with God. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't giving nobody that type of power to try to, I don't know what they doing. They might try to do something else.
I'm not going to let nobody disrespect.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't happening. I don't believe in that. That's like crazy.
Stay woke.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't going to let nobody disrespect me.
Nah.
That's awesome. You're awesome, bro. Straight up. It's an art. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
It's an art to being real. And really, honestly, it's about the ability to be comfortable being you.
Yeah.
And a lot of people,
I love that I can just be me.
Yeah.
And if y'all love it, thank you. I don't know why some people are afraid to be themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the coolest thing in the world is yourself. That's the thing that we got to tell the young world, because it's okay to be
you.
If you like a hat looking like that, that's you, my brother. That's you. If you like, being quiet, that's you. If you like, it's whatever, it's you. And that's love. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's important.
Very.
Man, the day was awesome, bro.
Man, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You giving them the motivation.
Y'all motivate me too, bro. And it's on record. Me and Pharrell gonna make a record together. We have to.
For sure.
Like this has to go down.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm on it.
Yeah, we're gonna do something special. We're gonna figure it out. 2 great minds get together. We're gonna make something crazy. I feel it. Let's put it in the air.
I'm on it.
Yes.
Appreciate
Another
you,
one.
man.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
My brother, thank you.
Yeah, this is awesome.
All right, man.